A new Division One women's soccer poll has come out. It goes as follows. I apologize for looking down because I cannot memorize all this stuff. And I'm referring to the United Soccer Coaches poll. Notre Dame with all 8 first place votes. Stanford, Virginia, Memphis, Texas Tech, Arkansas, Duke, Washington, TCU, Vanderbilt, Florida State, Georgetown, Michigan State, Tennessee, Iowa, Baylor, South Carolina, UCLA, that was not even receiving votes last week, and now they're in the top 25. Xavier tied our 2 schools. Wisconsin and Louisville, they were receiving votes last week. Now they're in. Colorado, North Carolina, West Virginia, and Mississippi State was receiving votes last week. They're back in the top 25. Receiving vote teams goes as follows: Georgia with 17, Ohio State with 10, Clemson with 8, and Wake Forest with 8. I want to go over RPI because that does matter in terms of for the NCAA tournament seeding. Because there's a difference between being a 1 seed and a 2 seed. Because a 1 seed, as long as you win every game up to the Sweet 16, you get to host the Elite 8 match at home. I mean, that's the difference there. So the top 10 in terms of RPI, and this is games up to this point: Notre Dame, Virginia, TCU, Baylor, Stanford, Tennessee, West Virginia, Vanderbilt, Michigan State, and Duke. I want to go over like 35 through 70, and I know some of these are like 1-bid leagues. I get it. And whether or not they have a conference tournament, I don't know on top of my head. And if you're obviously in a 1-bid league, you got to win your conference tournament or regular season title just to be in the NCAA tournament, regardless. And the same thing goes for like those trying to get the highest seed possible for the NCAA. So 35 would be like Penn State, Fairfield, Dayton, UCF, Western Michigan, UConn, Oklahoma, Kansas State, Illinois, Georgia, Pepperdine, Utah Valley, St. Mary's in California, Charlotte, Eastern Kentucky, UNC Wilmington, South Alabama, Arizona State, SMU, Florida, Lipscomb, Utah, Brown, Liberty, Seattle University, Kentucky, Auburn, Rice, USC as the University of Southern California, Texas A&M, Utah State, Samford, just to make that clear, Denver, Cal State Fulton, and Texas State. Obviously, you need to avoid bad losses if you're in a bubble range, because you don't want to make your RPI worse than it is. Same thing goes for like if there's a try to be a 1 seed, you gotta avoid bad losses as much as possible and get some more quality wins along the way. Whether it's during the regular season or if you have a conference tournament, you gotta have that in a conference tournament as well. And you gotta hope for no bid stealers if you're on the bubble potentially. I'm just saying. Obviously, you cannot rely on other results around you. You got to control your own destiny. Now, my top 10 for Division I women's soccer goes as follows, and it's similar: Notre Dame, Stanford, Virginia, Memphis, Texas Tech, Arkansas, Duke, Washington, TCU, and Vanderbilt. Outside looking in would be Florida State, Georgetown, Michigan State, Tennessee, Iowa, Baylor, and South Carolina. Now, there are a few top 25 showdowns in terms of the regular season between now and next poll. In October 23rd, 2 games. Number 11, Florida State at number 3, Virginia. Number 5, Texas Tech at number 22, Colorado. And October 26th, just 1 game. Number 10, Vanderbilt at number 17, South Carolina. We have to obviously wait and see what happens in those few games, but we got to keep an eye on those ranked versus unranked matchups, because there could be some upsets and it's huge in terms of NCAA anyway, tournament and RPI and conference wise at this point, because some conferences may be finishing up this weekend or the next week. Then there's conference tournaments, and if on those weeks of conference tournaments, I'm not including those top 25 teams games, top 25 showdowns, because I cannot predict that. But if there is one, let's just say at the very end of the year, and there's no conference tournament, yeah, I would include it. I would include that game. Then, once the NCAA tournament field is set, I will go over all of that. And same thing goes for the scores as well. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe button. See you guys later on the road to 800 scores, ultimate goal, 1,000 more, some more money. This course, like video. Comment video really helps YouTube algorithms. More people see it. Sharing the video does help as well, so more people can watch. And after watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe button. It's free. Hit the notification bell as well. And once it gets to the Final Four, I'll go over like stats in particular, and the same thing goes for the national title game, of course. But after that, I'm just doing straight scores, and I'm even including like penalty kicks in terms of how many penalty kicks did they convert compared to the other team, by the way.